Once upon a time, a person went to Gautam Buddha seeking advice on how to control his emotions. The person was struggling with anger and frustration, and he was looking for a way to manage his emotions better. Buddha smiled and asked him to sit down. He said, I will tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a king who ruled a prosperous country. One day, he decided to visit the neighboring kingdom. He had heard that the king of that kingdom was famous for his wisdom. When the king arrived, he was welcomed with great honor. The king of the neighboring kingdom had prepared a grand feast in his honor. During the feast, the king noticed a fly in his soup. He was disgusted and ordered his servant to bring him another bowl of soup. The king of the neighboring kingdom saw this and said, Your Majesty, please do not be angry. It was just a small fly. It does not matter. The king replied, I cannot tolerate such things. Even a small fly can ruin my mood. The king of the neighboring kingdom smiled and said, Your Majesty, allow me to give you a piece of advice. It is not the fly that ruined your mood, but your reaction to it. You have the power to control your emotions. Do not let them control you. The king realized the wisdom in these words and returned to his kingdom. From that day onwards, he started practicing the art of not reacting to situations that would previously trigger his emotions. He found that he was able to maintain his composure in challenging situations and was able to make better decisions. The skill of not reacting holds a vital lesson for all of us. Often, we hastily respond to situations without pondering, leading to a negative outcome. Reacting with anger and frustration can harm our relationship and cloud our decision making. Still, it's key to understanding that reacting doesn't mean suppressing our feelings. Emotions are a natural part of being human and should be acknowledged. Instead of reacting impulsively, we should take a moment to handle our emotions thoughtfully. This approach helps us respond in a more considered manner, fostering better outcomes. Let me tell you another story on the power of not reacting. In a distant part of India, there lived a young man named Rahul. He was known for his deep emotions and his tendency to react quickly when things didn't go well. At times, he would become angry and say hurtful things, which led to arguments and feelings being hurt. One day, Rahul decided he wanted to make a change. He realized that his swift actions were causing problems and he wanted to handle things differently. He began practicing mindfulness and meditation, which helped him become more aware of his thoughts and emotions. He also started working on not reacting instantly when he felt upset. Instead of immediately getting angry, he would step back, take a few deep breaths, and think before responding. At first, it was a challenge for Rahul to manage his emotions. He still felt bursts of anger and frustration, but he was learning to control them. As he continued practicing, he found it easier to handle his feelings. Interestingly, his relationship with others began to improve. He wasn't getting into as many arguments and he was more careful with his words, which made his relationship stronger. One day, Rahul's friend Priya came to him seeking advice. She was going through a tough time and was feeling very down. Rahul listened attentively and offered some kind words of comfort and support. Priya thanked him, saying, You always know how to say the right thing. You never seem to get angry or upset. Rahul smiled and replied, It's not that I never get upset or feel angry. I have just learned how to control my emotions and not let them take over. It's a valuable skill that has improved my relationships and overall well-being. Impressed, Priya asked Rahul how he learned to do this. He shared his experience with mindfulness and not reacting impulsively. He encouraged Priya to give it a try herself. Over time, more people noticed Rahul's calm and thoughtful behavior. He was able to handle situations without losing his composure, and people admired him for his strength. Rahul continued his practice of mindfulness and not reacting, finding a sense of inner peace and happiness along the way. The strength of not reacting holds a valuable lesson that we all can learn from. It takes practice and patience, but the rewards are worth it. By controlling our emotions, we can improve our relationships, make better decisions, and live a more fulfilling life. The story of the king and Rahul teaches us that we can control our emotions. We might not control what happens to us, but we can definitely control how we react or respond. Practicing mindfulness and not reacting impulsively helps us learn to manage our emotions and respond thoughtfully. This skill can enhance our relationships, well being, and overall life quality. So let's take time to practice this skill and let it change our lives for the better. These are the stories of the king and Rahul, and they teach us the power of not reacting. Do you also love to hear stories? Then just go ahead and subscribe to my channel and also like and share them with your loved ones. Thank you.